Welcome to Prism, podcast of the University of the Philippines College of Architecture. The Prism project is an electronic newsletter published by the gender team at the University of the Philippines College of Architecture, published 3 times every semester. It informs UP College of Architecture faculty, staff, and students of relevant developments, updates, events, and news concerning gender equality and women's empowerment in our community, profession, and extension work. The gender team also shares best practices of the work of colleagues and students. No matter who you are or the color of your skin, you are welcome in Prism.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Prism Podcast. I am Sarah Musavi, your gender and development focal person for the College of Architecture at the University of the Philippines. June is Pride Month, and we celebrate how love is love. I would like to welcome you to our Pride Month podcast 2023 to celebrate diversity, inclusivity, and equality. Let's stand together in love and acceptance and happy Pride Month. Today, we have a very special guest with us, a fifth year graduating, right?
Ah.
Graduating architecture student. Welcome, Jack Gandinko. How are you
Hello.
today? And thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for the invitation. I'm okay po. Finally, I've slept a bit.
Okay, so you're almost done. A
Yes,
few more weeks or days to
yes.
finish and graduate. And also, congratulations on passing your
Yes,
design.
thank you.
Because I was also one of your panelists, and I
Yes,
love your design
oh,
and I
thank
follow
you.
you with your project. So I'm going to ask you to tell our audience about your design and about your thesis. Talk to us a little bit about your design.
So my thesis was Transcend Health, the transcendence of a medical support and wellness facility for the LGBTQIA plus community. So it's very experience based. So I'm going through a transitioning journey at the moment. So I also thought like there are none in the Philippines that like offer these types of things. For example, like psychological treatment for LGBT or like gender affirming hormone therapy or like all of it in just one structure. So I thought, oh, okay, since I'm going through it, and then I also had so many problems about the current facilities that we have. It's like, oh, why can't I just design one? And then so it's not just for me, but it's also for people who are going through the same thing and alike. So it's like, so the project is a medical support and wellness facility that will provide services such as laboratory tests, psychological treatment, and yeah, gender affirming hormone therapy. So GAT or gender affirming hormone therapy, it's also like for people who are transitioning, like trans male or trans female. So yeah, there.
Okay, wonderful. Do we have any facilities existing same as your project, or can we call your project the first one?
Um, I go to a clinic that does almost the same thing,
Mhm.
but then the problem is the structure's not very like it's still small. It's like an office type, so it doesn't feel like a community center. It's like a one stop shop type of thing. You go in, you get your thing done, and then that's it. But then what I want to promote also is sense of community. So I'm also going through the same thing with others, and then I can talk to them about it, and then we can mingle, and then invite others to go to the place. So so yeah, it's also like community building type of center.
So what's so special about your design, or what do you like most about your design? Because it's
Well,
already
so
done.
yeah, yeah. What I like most about it is how everyone, it doesn't even have to be just for LGBT, like, 'cause, for example, me, I have family members who aren't LGBT, and then what if they want to go with me to the place so we can enjoy the
Yeah.
things that I like, and then we can also go through my process together, and yeah, you bring everybody together, basically.
Yeah. That's right.
So yeah.
So let's talk about more of how it connects architecture with gender as a discourse, your design.
Right. So, because right now, po, if you think about it, since Philippines is a very religious
Mhm.
country, so we also have to put in mind that not everyone is open-minded about gender or like LGBT and stuff like that. So yeah, the part of like a program in my structure also is like educating others. So Soji talk and everything. And then since there are these things called gender design, so it's like design that targets a particular gender demographic. For example, we have male, female, and then we never think about what about the people in between or the people who don't identify as male, female, or LGBT, so like non-binary. So we often forget or we often overlook people like the LGBT person. So ayun, and then public space should belong kasi po to everyone at any time. And then it doesn't have to be like age based or gender based, religion. It's for everyone. So everyone should enjoy the same thing and then feel safe as well. Yes.
So do you think gender will influence designers?
Oh yes. But right now, for sure, it does influence design. But in recent studies, little by little, since yun nga, like since people are getting more educated about gender, there are initiatives that change that. So I think what the most common would be, for example, a restroom.
Mhm.
Um, what I also proposed in my design is an inclusive restroom. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's not necessarily
But
like
talk to, yeah.
gender neutral. It's inclusive, fits for everyone. For example, PWD. If you're a family and then you want to go to the bathroom together, yeah, male, women, or transgender. So yeah, and then it also promotes community. So like there's a common sink, and then if you want to talk to each other, like, oh hey, I like your shoes, oh I like your hair. So yeah, you're getting to know everyone at the same time.
Yeah. I remember looking at your design, your bathroom. You
Yes,
introduced bathroom without walls, right? So
yes.
yeah, yeah. Talk to us a little bit about yeah, your design, especially your bathroom.
Yeah, there's already there have been studies in
Mhm.
other countries about
Mhm.
it. So there's also the HCMA architecture plus design. They have like these design strategies for an inclusive facility. So it's a public restroom and at the same time it can also be a changing room. So they're like multi single stalled restrooms. And then there are walls for example, the stalls, but in sinks, there are common sinks in the middle. So everyone can chit chat. So it also promotes inclusivity for people with disabilities, yeah, for families, transgender, non-binary. And then there's also privacy and safety. Because in those stalls that we have, for example, I don't want to name malls that have those stalls, but
Yeah.
you can peek like on top or at the bottom. So that's scary for someone, especially in an inclusive facility, right? So people can just speak and you don't really know what they want from you. So these have doors. So
Mhm.
the yeah, so increased privacy. And yeah, it also creates efficiency and forward thinking design. So yeah,
Okay,
for that.
great. So do you think this will reflect your practice later? Uh,
But
Graduate of the UPRT, are you going to still continue designing the way you design now in the future when you are a licensed architect?
yeah.
Yeah, you have your own firm. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I had fun working on my thesis. Like, of course, there were times where I wanted to give up, but that that that's a whole different story. But the topic, I mean,
Yeah.
is just inspiring to me, and since it came to me naturally, since it's experience based. So uh, it's like designing something functional and experiential because people experience the built environment differently. So some place that's pleasant to you may be like traumatizing to me. So yeah, there have been times wherein the bathroom was just a public restroom was so traumatizing to me. And then the auxiliaries or the maintenance personnel would just chase me out of the women's restroom or they would chase me out of the men's restroom. And honestly, I just want to do my business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like I don't know. I just need to design more that forward thinking. I guess.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's so great, Jack. And yeah, that's all. I told you
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna be very
all.
short. So
Yeah.
and happy Pride Month. Thank you
Thank you.
so
Yeah.
much
Happy
for
Pride Month.
sharing your
Thank you.
ideas and your design. Also, I wish you
Yeah.
all the best
Thank you.
for your future, all the journey that you are going to have. And, thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for the
Okay,
invitation.
you're welcome.
So, as an architect, creating equitable spaces is essential, where each and every one of us can meet our needs. I would like to invite all of you to join our gender team. You can also contribute to Prism project, newsletter, and podcast for gender equality, equity, and empowerment. I am Sarah, and I would like to invite you again to listen in next time.